Welcome to All Things Catholic. My name is Andrew, and thanks so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe and click the notification button so that you can get up-to-date content with All Things Catholic. So today we're going to talk about why aren't our prayers answered? And I want to talk about two things today that I think are going to be impacting whether or not our prayers are answered. The first one is going to be motive. Now, it seems to me that so many people want to almost treat God as a genie, which probably offends him a little bit because the only time he ever hears from a majority of us is when we have something that we need. When we have something that deeply is concerning to us and we think, God, I need your help right now, so I'm going to pray for this specific thing to be done at this specific time. And then we almost put a caveat on it to say, if you don't answer this right now and help me with what I need, I'm going to give up on you. Now that's the problem, first off, is because we are expecting something to happen, especially when we're only going to him when we need something. And that's not fair to him because our life should be ultimately conformed to his will and should be conformed to holiness and obedience. And first we have to ask ourselves, what type of relationship do I have with the Lord? How close am I with him to where he already knows my inner dwellings? He already knows my interiorness of what I need. So then it's no surprise to him when we go to him and ask him for something because he already knows about it because we've expressed our life to him. But so many people seem to fail in this category and they go to him to say, tomorrow something really big is happening, I need your help. And we get so upset if God doesn't seem to answer it. Now, that is another reason why we're going to get into now why our prayers aren't answered. It's belief in the first place. Now, it's my personal opinion that when we pray for something, we need to ask ourselves, deep down inside, do we believe that the Lord can do this? Do we believe that he's going to do this? Are we thanking him in grateful expectation for the incredible victory or for the incredible result? Or for the healing, or whatever it might be? Are we thanking him and being grateful? We also need to learn to be grateful in those moments when we hear no. It's okay if you hear no from the Lord, because we don't ultimately know what's going on in the spiritual realm. We may be praying for something, and it actually may not be good for us to hear the answer yes to that. This happens all the time when people pray for something and they think, I need to have this outcome or I'm not going to be happy. Well, that's the other problem, is we're also putting way too much emphasis on making sure that we receive something. Ultimately, we should be praying so that we can be instruments of God's grace and instruments of God's mercy to others. And ultimately, we need to ask ourselves, when we're praying, is our motive pure? Do we really need this? Will it help me in my spiritual life? Will it get me closer to God? Will it advance me closer to heaven? And if those answers are no to all of them, that is what we hear about in the letter to St. James, where our motive isn't pure. And deep down inside, we may not actually believe that God's going to do it in the first place. So the next time you pray, ask yourself two questions. Do I believe that God can do this? And am I willing to accept yes or no, no matter what the answer is? And then spend some time before you get into your prayer request, praising him, thanking him for all the wonderful things you have in your life. Be grateful for what you have. And then through that, your prayers will ultimately transform to be closer to his will. And I think that is a prayer that the Lord will always answer, because he wants us to be closer to him. Hope this has been helpful. Please check in for updated content frequently, and we'll see you next time. God bless.